Okay guys, so yeah, I did a video about what to do when you've got big moves to the upside and the downside and there's no signal. And we've also got the situation where we can be above the 200 here, where we know that we only buy, or below the 200 where we only sell. And there's opportunities obviously showing us that there's going to be a reversal back below the 200. So this can take a while to play out, but we often get this breakdown around the 20 exponential moving average, and this is this line here. Yeah, we would have done our selling down here. Here's a classic situation, right? So we had our last trade here, which was a sell, made 40 quid on that one, and then we've kind of rolled up, and then we're starting to move up towards this 200. Now the rules are we only sell below, but we're not going to be selling in this area because we've got all these green bars. That stops us from getting in a trade that's likely to be a loser. But what do we do? Because in these situations, this is now 29th of December, that's about 14 hours of action. Now if we're impatient and we're thinking, oh, we could ride this up, you could, but there is something that Simon tested for me, because I've been doing this as well in July. He tested November to have an independent verification of the results, and this does work. Now let's assume that you've got the basics down and we're only using the 200, selling below and buying above, right? We could introduce this 20 EMA, this line here. How do you get that? Right, okay, so we should have this indicator, the EMA. It says the 20, 50, 100 and 200. The only one we have activated is the 200. Click on settings and you see I've activated the 20. So you've got the 20, 50, 100 and 200. Don't need these two other lines, that will just complicate things and add more noise to the screen, so we leave those off. Let's just stick with the 20. This is a fast moving average and this is a slow moving average. This EMA, it respects the price action respects the 20 EMA, and we can either be above or below. If we're below, we're still in sell territory. If we're above this 20 EMA, we are potentially in a buy setup, because we are clearly going to be moving up towards the 200. So in these situations we do have a buy opportunity. Do we get a buy signal? This is actually right on the zero line, so that just about qualifies that one. Okay, so what do? We look down here, we see the volume is very low, the white line is not above the explosion line. So we have to wait for confirmation, and we actually sort of get it around here somewhere. So we now have 90 minutes during the period from the signal to try and get in. However, and I've said this on so many occasions, if the circumstances don't change and we can see that there's no qualifying candle in the opposite direction, so we haven't got these red candles or a red candle coming in where it's above the zero line and the volume is above the white line is above the zero line, everything stays green, then the market conditions haven't changed. It's a very gradual move up and we can take advantage of that. So in this situation, you see a buy signal right on the zero line. It's sort of like minus 1.2, just about get away with that. And we can wait for the confirmation, which is sort of here, and then we can say, okay, look, let's take a buy. So we look at that, and we say, yeah, that's a buy. And we can decide to put take profit right on that 200, and we can ride that up for a $13 profit. Put our usual stop loss in place there, and then we can take that opportunity to try and make a little bit more. Now When we get to the 200, that's when we have to decide, because sometimes it can reverse back down, and if it reverses back down like that, then sometimes it can carry on going back down again. It hits the 200 and comes back down, but in this case we've stopped out with a profit and we've locked that money in, we've paid ourselves. Great. So now we've cleared the 200, so we're off to the races and we can start to buy again. But because we took this signal and we haven't had a pullback, we have no buy signal below until we get into this area down here where we can see loads of red candles. So the market is going to be coming back down again towards the 200 because we're in a bear market. So can we take advantage of this move? If we still see the green and the volume's increasing, I would say absolutely yes, we can. But there's no buy signal, so what do? We can take one of these. This is a buy signal, this is a buy signal. This is a continuation. It hasn't pulled back, so that will be above the zero line, not below, because we normally only buy on pullbacks. If this is a continuation and we can see the strength of that, then there's no reason why we can't say, yeah, we've got that one. We took our profit here on that line. It's fiddled around here at the 200 for about half an hour or so, an hour. But this one's in the clear and we're still on the uptrend. So let's stick a buy in there. Do our normal protocol. Take that to the bottom of that swing low. That's 56%. We can take a 1-to-1 risk reward, or we can go for our 76, our standard 76, and that will give us $29 profit, and we'll close out there nicely. Thank you. So now we wait. We can see now that the volume is decreasing. We've got the red coming back in. We won't be buying here until we see a break of this 20, and it's coming down below the 20 EMA. That means we are likely to see lower prices. So what do? We could say, yeah, do you know what? This could actually start to come down, but this is going against our original setup rules. This is just a way of getting extra trades and extra opportunity. Is the volume high enough to start taking sell trades? No, not really. As you can see, we're not really in the area where we would be confident taking a sell. So although the market is coming down, it has to be said that we would not really take it until about here, which actually does coincide with that break of the 200. So we would be selling in this area. Okay. Same thing happens again here. We've broken through the 200. So this was in buy territory. We're above that 20 EMA, which is great. We've got the line above and we've got some candles above, so we could take a buy. Is there a buy signal here? No, there's one back here, but that's outside our 90 minutes. So two choices. Either we can play the continuation rule, where no qualifying candles have broken that explosion line or the dead zone, and as you can see they haven't. Or we could look at the signal above and say, yeah, there's a buy signal here, there's no pullback, we are likely to see a continuation. So we can take this, we can say, yeah, that's a buy signal, next candle is there, and we do the same thing again. 76-ish, 36%, another 29 quid. Hey, thank you. So, hope that's been of some help and explained about this 200 and the options that we have when we have no signal and we have momentum in our favour, so we can take advantage of these situations. But there are going to be situations where we have a let's say yeah, we've got this going down, we've got the sell opportunity here. Okay, is it enough to give us a profit? Let's have a look. We would have taken the sell signal here, we've dropped below the 200, we've got the volume coming in, we've got the sell position, put our stop loss to this swing high of that previous 2 candles to give us, yeah, we've given ourselves a 76, and that gives us a profit again. Yeah, it's around that £28-29 area. So that one closes out down here. Just accept the fact that we're not going to win every trade, but over a month or two it all comes out good. So hope that helps.